It just continues again for the Seattle Mariners. What is up? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back and welcome into the Seattle Mariners post-game recap. The Mariners defeat the Texas Rangers tonight 13-1. They improved to 19-12 on the season, and they continue to lead the American League West as they stay in first place. Get a little help as Houston loses to the White Sox. The A's do beat the Marlins. Before I go any further, do me a favor, hit that like button. It helps get the video out to more people. Thank you to everybody that does hit the like button. Truly appreciate it. Comment your thoughts on the team and the game down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are new or lurking. I know sometimes I watch a lot of people's videos and I realize I'm not subscribed to them. So if that's you, if you could just hit the subscribe button, it does help out the channel tremendously. I don't know whether to start with the offense. Locked in again. Bryan Woo looking like he could throw a perfecto tonight. Matt Brash is in Texas. Jerry gives a positive update on Logan Gilbert. I'm not sure, and George Kirby as well. I don't know where to start with it. I really don't. And honestly, I know some people, when teams lose, are at a loss for words. I'm sometimes more at a loss for words during wins than I am losses. Do you want me to repeat the same offensive numbers every night? That they're first in walk rate, they're top 5 in on-base percentage, probably top 5 in runs scored, knocking on the door of having the best WRC plus in baseball. The strikeouts are better this year. They're top 5 in home runs, top 5 in stolen bases. This is now the second time in a week that they forced an opponent to use a position player for multiple innings because the Mariners are just kicking so much butt that they have to have the position player pitch for 2 innings. Yes, the numbers against those position players absolutely count because the Mariners have forced them to do that. If the Rangers started the position player, it might be a little bit like, or if the Mariners offense was struggling, but it's not. It's locked in. The fact that up until 2 outs in the 9th inning, the Mariners are getting up 1 hit all game. The fact that the Mariners have a legitimate Cy Young contender in Bryan Woo. The fact that the Mariners probably have in my opinion, the AL MVP in Cal Raleigh right now. I mean, I don't know. Start with all of them at once. I'm like I said, I'm rarely at a loss, but the winning has done it. Because it's just, this is one where it's like, don't break it down. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the team winning baseball games. It doesn't have to have a 20-minute video, and I'm going to give you a 20-minute video, I'm sure, but it doesn't require it each time. Winning is fun. You should be enjoying this right now. If you're not, I don't. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you're skeptical, it's going to continue. Sure, we can have a video, do a live stream, and discuss. Will this team be there at the end of the year? I think they can. I don't know for sure, but as of right now, why discuss stuff we don't know when we do know that this team has played 31 games, and you can make a strong case they're one of the best. If you said the Mariners are the best team in baseball through these first 31 games. Maybe the Mets or Dodgers, sure, but I don't think you'd get much of a fight. Certainly not in the American League. Certainly not with Logan Gilbert and George Kirby looming to get back in this rotation. And that's what we have. We have these 31 games, and they've been amazing. Losses will happen. The offense isn't going to, score 13 runs every night. They're going to have off nights. But guess what? You're also going to get some of the best pitchers in baseball back. They're going to be able to match the zeros, and you can win games 1-0. I don't even think Jack Leiter, who pitched for the Rangers tonight, pitched poorly. I thought he looked pretty good. He was touching 100 in the first inning. He was dotting the corners with 98, 99. I mean, I was kind of in a mode like, hey, get 2 or 3. I feel pretty good with Bryan Woo here. They ended up getting 6 off Leiter, and I thought he pitched well. That's when you know an offense is dialed in. When you look at a pitcher and you go, I thought they pitched pretty good, or pretty well would be the better word, and they got lit up. Leiter was lit up today. And I thought he threw the ball well for the Rangers. I mean, that's the point I'm at with this offense, that I don't even think other pitchers are pitching that poorly. They're just that dialed in right now. And again, Bryan Woo, I mean, I can't say enough good things about him. Matt Brash is in Texas, so a decent chance we're going to see him probably tomorrow. I'd assume Troy Taylor goes down. I know some people are probably begging for Thornton to be DFA'd. They're going to option guys before they DFA guys. I think you're going to see Taylor sent down. He hasn't looked amazing. He's been fine. I want Troy Taylor to stick. I'd probably prefer to just, you guys know I said I'm done with Thornton the other day. But I do understand why teams want to keep guys on a roster and option guys before losing somebody. You DFA Thornton, he gets picked up by Milwaukee, and he's got a 2.4 ERA the rest of the way, and you go, oh man, what could have been? Taylor, the worst case is you send him down for a little bit and you bring him back up. So that's why teams prefer to do that. So I don't blame them for that. And honestly, you're getting Matt Brash back. So no matter what move, I don't care. I'm optimistic you're getting Brash back. And who cares? The team is playing lights out right now anyway. So I'm not going to worry about things that are potentially negative. We'll worry about them when they appear at some point. Jerry mentioned that he's optimistic that both Logan Gilbert and George Kirby will be back at the end of May. I think Kirby, that makes sense. I think they said 3 rehab starts, which I was actually surprised, thought it might be more because he didn't have spring training. Logan, I don't know. But remember, too, I see people ripping Jerry for it. He didn't say he's going to be back late May. He said he's optimistic or hopeful that he can be back, talking about Logan Gilbert in late May. But the good news is it wasn't hey, we don't know yet with Logan. We're going to reevaluate it in a week and a half and see what happens. That's not what he said. He sounded pretty optimistic that they've avoided the worst with Logan and that he'll be on the mend. So even if it's mid-June, that's still a blessing. I thought there was a good chance we wouldn't see Logan Gilbert again this year. Now, I am still a firm believer until I see those two on a baseball mound. I'm not counting any chickens or any eggs before they hatch here. But it is good updates. It is positive news for this team. And yeah, I mean, they just continue. Again, it's not that I'm out of words. Like, I got to tell you, if the Mariners win a World Series, I'm not going to know what to say in the post-game recap. I mean, I have no idea what to say. Maybe I'll just cry for 15 minutes if that happens because I have no idea what to talk about. I really don't. They're locked in. They are absolutely locked in. Let's get in the box score. Bryan Woo, 6 1/3, 1 hit, no runs, no earned, no walks, 8 strikeouts. He had perfect game stuff today. Gives up 1 hit to Jonah Heim that I don't even think was hit that hard at all. I don't know what the exit velo was on it, but in the 80s, maybe. I could be dead wrong on that. He had perfect game stuff today. I just absolutely pinpoint command control. The swing and miss was working for Woo. You know what? I'm going to see how many swings and misses he had today. Let's pull up Baseball Savant here and see how many swings and misses. Then you know what? Let's check how hard the Heim single was hit. Since we have time, since I'm out of words, I'll let Fangraphs do it for me. Funny enough, 3 of the top 5 exit velos were actually from the Rangers today, but the top 2 were Mariners. What was I looking at? Swings and misses. 12 for Bryan Woo. And then the Heim single in the 5th, 79. Yeah, 79 miles per hour. It had a 930 expected batting average because it was kind of a parachute job. But yeah, that's the one base runner that Bryan Woo allowed. I did not have a problem with Dan taking him out. Langford had the long at-bat to start the 7th. You've seen the injuries this year. You've lost Logan Gilbert. Now, we're optimistic, but you've lost Logan for a little bit. You lost George Kirby. Bryce Miller doesn't exactly look his best. There's no reason to push Bryan Woo in at the time a 10-0 game. If he could have gotten through that 7th at 85 to 90 pitches, fine. But, Langford had the 11-pitch at-bat. I had no problem with Dan taking him out. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And it's much more important that Bryan Woo is pitching in July, August, September than him getting 2 more outs in a 10-0 game in May. So I had no problem with that decision to take Woo out as well, to take him out of the game. Just a masterpiece from Bryan Woo. I know the Rangers' offense is scuffling. It's kind of funny that I feel like the Rangers are what people perceive the Mariners' offense to be. And a little bit. Like, they don't strike out as much as the Mariners, but, this sort of like, on paper, it's an okay offense and stuff. But, I mean, they've been pretty dreadful this year. I think they're like 29th in WRC+. They're bottom in walk rate. They're one of the bottom in home runs, I believe. So they've been scuffling offensively. So hopefully caught him at the right time. Corey Seager's not in the lineup. So this is a good time to catch them, and hopefully, and now you got 2 games here to win a series. It's all about winning series, right? So if you can go out tomorrow, win the series, or Sunday, doesn't matter. You got 2 games here to win 2 out of 3. And truthfully, I'm still a believer, like a 3-3 road trip here is fine. That would put you home at 21-15. Texas is going to get some wins at some point. They might beat you in this series. There's no guarantee you're going to sweep them. The A's are playing good baseball too, so that can end up being a pretty tough series also. I'm not saying I want 3-3. Go 4-2. Go 5-1. Go 6-0. I would love to come home at, it's 24-12. That would feel amazing. But my point is, you don't have to. And each day you're a step closer to a lot of those players we talked about coming back as well. So every day is a step closer. And that's the thing with these road trips. You don't have to go, 5-1 or 6-3. You just want to avoid disasters on the road trips. You don't want to put yourself in a position where the season unravels in these road trips. Like the Mariners are going to lose a series again. Of course they are. It's baseball. They're probably going to have a stretch where they look bad again. But you want that bad stretch to be where they find a way to go 5-7 as opposed to 1-7, or 6-9 as opposed to 3-11. That's really the key. You just don't want them to spiral. And if they went 10-10 over the next 20 games, that's 29-22. I will almost guarantee you 29-22 in the American League would probably have them in first place in the West. And at the very least, they'd be in a playoff position. Do we want more? Of course. But my point is just that, even if they do hit a little stumbling block and cool off, they've put themselves in a good position here early where they can afford that a little bit. Now, we talked about that last year too, so I'm not trying to say whatever, they go 3-8 or something. I'm just pointing out it probably will happen, but they've set themselves up well here early in the season. So, or just continue winning. I don't know. Let's move on past Bryan Woo. Trent Thornton goes an inning and 2/3, doesn't get a hit, a run, a walk, or a strikeout. Again, I don't really judge pitchers in games that are 10-0. Go out there, throw strikes, and just get us home and get a W. So Thornton did that to his credit. Troy Taylor throws 1 inning, gives up 2 hits, run. It was earned on the home run by Josh Smith. No walks, and did have 2 strikeouts. One of those, it doesn't really matter, but part of it for me is okay, the Rangers got to run because they were shut out yesterday by the A's, and then they were about to be shut out today. You're not going to shut out a team 3 games in a row normally. So it's okay, they got their run. So if the Mariners shut them out tomorrow, they can start the cycle. I don't know. That's how my brain works sometimes. I know it's stupid. But Taylor does his job, gets through the 9th inning there. I do think they'll option Taylor. They seem to trust Legumina more in the higher leverage spots. So I do think you'll see Taylor sent down for Matt Brash if they decide to activate Matt Brash tomorrow. So Taylor gets it done, gets a couple strikeouts, first 2 strikeouts of the year, and gets him home with a W. Obviously, the big story pitching-wise was Bryan Woo for sure. Let's move to the offense. J.P. Crawford, 2 for 6 with 2 RBIs. Had a base hit to start the game, a nice at-bat against Leiter. They had some opportunities early in that game to score a run early. I actually thought their at-bats in the first inning were fine. J.P. gets a single. Polanco gets a single. Julio hits a line drive. It wasn't stung, but it was hit fairly hard for a line out. Cal has a long at-bat, pops out. Randy has a pretty long at-bat and strikes out. I didn't have a problem with that first inning. Made Leiter throw 25 pitches, got a couple guys on. Yes, you'd love to see a run there, right? So maybe I should. It was disappointing they didn't get a run across, but I thought their first inning was actually pretty good. That's what this team's been doing. Even when they don't score, they're just wearing down pitchers. They just see so many pitches per plate appearance every time. It's literally the living version. Well, Moneyball was a living version, but it's like watching Moneyball and listening to it, and the Mariners are just acting it out on the field, seeing pitches, wearing pitchers down, getting them to 100 pitches through 5 innings. I mean, I can't remember the last time a starter went very deep into the game against the Mariners. I think Quantrill went 6 innings. But with Quantrill, a guy like that, you don't care about his pitch count because he's not really good, so you're kind of trying to tee off. But anyways, nice game from JP. Yes, he has the double off Tucker Barnhart. I will again continue to say those absolutely count because the Mariners forced the Rangers to use a position player. So nice game from JP. Jorge Polanco, a little quieter, but still 1 for 2 with a run scored and a walk. If a quiet game for Polanco is in 3 at-bats, he reaches base twice. That's fantastic. Mitch Garver pinched hit for Polanco. He went 1 for 2 with a base hit and a walk. Garver on base twice. The on-base percentage continues to be solid for Mitch Garver. I think he's going to have some. I think Garver's going to do something tomorrow against Patrick Corbin. It's just my prediction. I think you're going to see a Garver home run tomorrow. Just throwing it out there. Julio, 2 for 4 with the 2-run home run and a single. The single loaded up the bases in that big 5th inning for the Mariners. Yeah, it was a 7-run 5th inning. Nice game from Julio. 5th home run of the year. We're seeing more power early from Julio. The OPS is up to 715. Again, we want it higher for Julio. But he's been a good player. He's a great defensive center fielder. He's good in the base pass. I mean, again, 715 OPS is not, you'd like it higher than that, but Julio's been solid. He's had a solid season, I think. It just need a little more slugging and maybe, and that's about it. And I think it will come. Maybe this is the start of it. Seems like he's always hit well in Texas. So good game for Julio today. Obviously, Samad Taylor came in for Julio, went 0 for 2. Cal Raleigh, 2 for 4, 5 RBIs, 2 home runs. Cal leads the American League in home runs with 12. He gets the grand slam in the 5th inning. I mean, I'm at a point I can't even highlight the Cal grand slam because his team is just doing so many things well. It's like, oh yeah, and Cal had the grand slam in that 5th inning. I mean, again, if you had to ask me who the American League MVP is, it is Cal Raleigh, hands down. Randy Arozarena, 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. The double was a bit of a bloop, but it's not like the Mariners have been getting a lot of BABIP hits this year, so kind of fun to see him get some of them in the few innings there. Leo Rivas came in. He was 0 for 1. Rowdy Tellez was 3 for 5 with an RBI. He continues to swing the bat pretty well. Miles Mastroboni was 2 for 5. Ben Williamson, 2 for 5 with a run and an RBI double. I've been impressed. Ben Williamson, I think, has more pop than people maybe myself thought he did. Again, I don't think he's going to be a 20 home run guy, but that double missed a home run by that? I mean, it was right there. That would have been his second home run. He's got 2 doubles. He's got a home run. I don't think he's going to be an extra base hit machine, but it is in there. I mean, you listen to some people talk about Ben Williamson, and you would think this guy was, I'm trying to think of someone who was just super weak contact, and now I'm blanking. You remember guys like, Jason Tyner and Ben Revere and stuff like that just, the weakest contact guys you can think of. And Williamson's made some really solid contact. The issue was always kind of the elevation. The exit velos were there, but he's been elevating the ball, I think, pretty well. He's definitely got more of a line drive swing. Like I said, I don't think he's ever going to be like a 20 home run guy, but I think he's got 8 to 10 home run pop in him with some doubles. That could have easily been his second home run of the year. In fact, would it have been out at any ballparks? Let me see. Ben Williamson double. Where is it? That was in the 5th, right? Williamson, where is it? Double. Would have been out in 5 ballparks. It would have been out in Cincinnati, Anaheim, where the Mariners will play a lot of games, Dodger Stadium, and of course the 2 Yankee stadiums, Yankee Stadium and Tampa. It would have been out in both of those. So, I mean, I've been impressed with it. It looks like he's got a little more pop than maybe we originally thought. So, good game for Ben Williamson. And oh my God, how could I forget the catch that Ben Williamson made in the 1st inning? That been one of the best catches I've ever seen. I mean, sometimes when you see guys dive, it's like, okay, they catch the ball and then they dive a little bit. Yeah, nice dive. Ben Williamson dove for the ball, and it was a legit. He had to dive to catch it and made the catch. I mean, that was, I mean, hands down, it's going to be forgotten in this game. One of the best catches I've seen. What a play by Ben Williamson. And then Rylan Thomas in his major league debut. 1 for 4, has a double, his first major league hit down the line. A little bit of a parachute job. That's okay. Congratulations to Rylan Thomas. And he drives in a run in the 9th inning on an RBI ground out. And I thought he could have gotten a single on the grounder that the first baseman didn't make the play on. I get he would have been out, but give the kid a single for that. Come on. So nice major league debut for him. Hey, if him and Samad Taylor, even if it's not perfect, if they can just give you the production, even if it's with bloops, who cares until you get Luke Raley and Victor Robles back into the lineup. So, I mean, I forgot about the Ben Williamson catch. That's how locked in this team is right now. How could I have forgotten about that? One of the best plays I've ever seen, and I forgot about it. I didn't even mention in the beginning Cal's grand slam because it's just I can't keep up. They're too dialed in. I'm like, everything, they're scoring too many runs. It's hard to talk about. And they scored 0. It was easy. It was easy to dive into it. It was Logan Gilbert, 7 shutout innings, gets a loss somehow, and the offense doesn't do anything. And now it's like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, JP had 2 RBIs. Oh, yeah, Polanco was on base 3 times. Oh, Julio homered again. Oh, let's enjoy it. Just enjoy it, everybody. Enjoy your Friday. Mariners win. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and of course, go Mariners. Peace.